Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to another episode of Earl Sports Bets. And today we've got a 15-game MLB slate. One line isn't listed though, so we have 14 at the moment, and then we'll talk about the 15 one tonight. It's the last game on the slate. And yeah, before we get into the video and before we get into the recap of what happened yesterday, you guys know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with the video here at Earl Sports Bets. You can also follow us on our social medias at BetsEarl on Twitter, at Earl Sports Bets on Instagram. We also have a Discord link if you want to join that. The link to that is in the description of the video down below. And we also have merch if you guys want to help support the channel that way. You can also click that link in the description of the video down below for that one. And as always, give us your best bet for baseball in the comment section below, and you can be entered into our contest where we're going to look at the standings for that right now. And right now, we only have 2 people positive units, so anyone can join now and still have a great chance to win. This contest still has another, I think, 21 days left on it? 20 days on it? Still's got a good 20 days on the contest, so you guys can easily join now and have a chance to win. Raymond Mason right now is 2-0. The New York Knicks got him a win last night, which put him up there. And then Zeniel Federico, I knew that was a Federico, is 1-0 with a 1.75 unit gain. He had the Wizards last night.
Keep in mind, entering this is free. Free.
All right, let's recap our plays yesterday, which was not a pretty day, to be honest. I had a good start to the day. Tampa Bay got me the win at plus 120. They knock off the Yankees 10-5. Then the Rangers. Wow, can we take a minute to talk about this? Joe Musgrove, out of anybody. I mean, this is a San Diego rotation that has Blake Snell. They have Yu Darvish. In the past, they've had pitchers like Jake Peavy. Joe Musgrove is the first one to throw a no-hitter in San Diego Padres history. Props to them yesterday. I mean, I had Texas, but tip the cap to the San Diego Padres as they win that game 3-1 and throw their first no-hitter in franchise history. Arizona, they were down 5-0 early, and they came back, tied it, and then lost it. Unfortunately, I couldn't cash that bet there. And Toronto just didn't show up yesterday. They lose 7-1 against the LA Angels. I'm 1-3, 20-25 so far this season, 44.4%, down 2.66 units.
Yesterday, for me, was just a day that I wanted to forget among all the sports that I did besides Counter-Strike. 1-3 in baseball, 2-4 in basketball. It was just an ugly day for me. So I really want to put it behind me. Make some money today. I had the late wow, I cannot speak. I had the Yankees. You already know how that went. Philadelphia forgot to show up. Of course, the one time I actually go Houston with the run line and everything. They show that they are mortal against the Athletics. And then I sweat out a minus 128 Cincinnati win that shouldn't have been that close. But it's still a 1-3 day, 25-22, still positive on the year. So really can't complain there. Got some dogs and some plus money plays for today. Hopefully we could turn it around and make some money.
Oh, yeah. And let's get into today's slate, why don't we? Seeing that we spent 4.5 minutes just previewing. All right, we're starting it off here with the New York Mets hosting the Miami Marlins. Minus 260 for the Mets, plus 233 for the Marlins. We're getting Trevor Rogers on the mound versus Jacob deGrom. And your thoughts on this one?
Here you go first, and I'm gonna bring up a number and
Okay. For me, this is starting it off with the pass here. I like the Mets in this spot, but this is way too wide of a line for me to think about it. Jacob deGrom is someone I really, really like. So maybe looking at some Jacob deGrom strikeout props versus this porous Miami Marlins offense. Maybe the over is a spot to look here. 6.5. Both these teams' bats have struggled so far this year. Miami's only averaging 3 runs a game, which is 26 in the MLB. And actually, the better bullpen in this game is the New York Mets. They have a 4.50 bullpen ERA so far this year, which is 17th in the MLB. So hopefully that the Mets can get some good bullpen after Jacob deGrom comes in and goes 7-6 shutout innings, striking out 12 batters on 4 hits or something like that. And he can leave with the lead and get the win today. But there's no play for me in this game.
Yeah, this is, a no play for me. I was just looking at some numbers just because I know the history behind Jacob deGrom not getting any run support from the Mets. And if you wanted to grab the Miami Marlins plus 1.5 runs, it's a plus 106, which is totally... I'm not betting that. I'm not betting that. But it's just an idea that Jacob deGrom never gets run support, and the bullpen always fucks it up for him. And it's to the point where I could see that happening. I'm not going to personally bet it because I don't trust it, and it's a very, very slim margin for error. But I could definitely see that happening where the Mets will end up winning like 4-3 when Jacob deGrom throws 6 shutout innings or 7 shutout innings, and then the bullpen gives up 3 runs, and it's just like a very, very close game. But this one is ultimately going to be a pass for me. If anything, minus 260 for the Mets in some parlays, but I feel like that's even a little bit wide for parlays. But yeah, this one's going to be a pass, but maybe a slight lean towards that Miami plus 1.5 runs.
Oh, absolutely. I can see this being a 3-2 game. I mean, Jacob deGrom last time left after 6 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts. So this guy can put up the numbers. But yeah, no action for this one. A lot of talking for no action. Our next game is the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. Minus 113 for the Yanks, plus 103 for the Rays. Chris Archer is going to be on the bump for the Tampa Bay Rays versus Domingo Germán. Your thoughts on this one?
Well, there's no way the Yankees lose 2 games in a row. No. This one's going to be another pass for me. I think this is going to be a really, really close game, and I can't really lean one way either way. Because, quite frankly, Yankees have played... both teams have struggled compared to what they've been wanting to do. Offenses have struggled. They haven't really showed much. And I don't want to back aside. Because if I wanted to back aside, it would be Tampa Bay. And I'm not really too interested in going after that. I have 5 plays today. This is just not going to be one of them.
Yeah. For me, I have one look on this game. I didn't bet it, but I might bet it. I think the only way to go with this game is the over. These two teams, Domingo Germán and Chris Archer, looked awful in their first starts. The Yankees are averaging 4.29 runs a game. The Rays are averaging 4.71 runs a game. And the bullpen for Tampa Bay is absolutely porous. They're the worst in the league right now. It's a 7.56 bullpen ERA. So, if anything, if you want to bet the Rays, bet them first 5. If you want to bet the full game, bet the over. That's my 2 looks for this one. No action for me on this one. I would definitely lean towards the over though, but I don't know if I want to lay minus 125 for the over 8.5 here. But heading to our next game here, we have the Seattle Mariners and the Minnesota Twins. Minus 175 now for Minnesota, plus 161 for Seattle. It's going to be Michael Pineda versus Yusei Kikuchi for the Mariners here. And looking at this game, both these pitchers had good opening starts. Kikuchi looked really good. He went 6 innings. He gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, but he struck out 10 batters, which is looks really good for him. And the only thing is he's a left-handed pitcher going up against a really good Minnesota Twins lineup. Michael Pineda, in his last appearance, gave up no earned runs on 4 hits, struck out 5 batters. So these two guys came in really good in their last start. I lean towards the Minnesota Twins here at -175, but obviously I'm not going to be laying that. My line for this is around a -185. So slight value on the Twins. Probably a little bit of value on the over. These two teams can hit. Minnesota's third in the league with 6.57 runs scored per game. But they're and then the Seattle pitching staff is awful, to say the least. 5.71 ERA so far this season. So lean towards the over, lean towards Minnesota. Once again, not going to have any action on this one though.
Yeah, this was another pass for me. Minnesota has looked this year. We know they have bats. We know they have offense. They haven't really showed it that much besides like one big game against the Detroit Tigers. But I feel like this one could easily go either way. I mean, the Twins have a heavy right-handed lineup against Kikuchi, so that might benefit them a little bit. But if I was to lean, I'm passing this game, but if I was to lean, maybe try to go for that dog money with Seattle +161, but it's just not a spot that I want to get to, and I'd rather just pass on the game and save some money.
All right. Our next game here is going to be the Kansas City Royals taking on the Chicago White Sox. -132 for the White Sox, +122 for the Royals. Dylan Cease takes on Mike Minor in this matchup. And your thoughts on this one?
I am a fan of the White Sox for this one, and I actually picked them up on the run line just so that I can get a little bit more value on it. We know these two teams can hit, so if anything, I like the over as well. I'm not going to be officially betting that one, but I feel like it goes along with my bet. These two pitchers are not trustworthy. Therefore, I feel like in an offensive game, Chicago can easily win by 2. So I can get that nice +137 price instead of having to go grab the money line. But I like the Chicago White Sox in this one. I think their offense is good enough in order to compete with the Royals, who have a lot of young hitting. Merrifield, Soler, they just been able to really hit this year. I think this one will be a higher scoring game, and I think the White Sox will be able to come out on top by at least 2.
Well, I agree with you on one thing here. I do like the over in this matchup. I'm not betting it though. I have it written down over 8.5 ? On my page here now, because I'll look to see how well my totals are going. Because I'm not betting totals this early in the season right now. Give me a couple of weeks and I'll probably add totals into my plays here. But I do lean to the over in this match. But I like the Royals here. And I know a lot of people are going to come at me. Oh, the White Sox are, I think, 16-0 their last 16 games versus left-handed pitching. But this Royals team, I think, has enough offense to keep up with them. They're putting up 5.5 runs per game so far this season, which is 8th in the MLB. Chicago is putting up the 4th most runs per game at 6 runs a game. But one thing to look at here is if you like the White Sox, bet them first 5. Their bullpen is not as good as Kansas City's right now. Kansas City has the 11th best bullpen ERA in the league at 3.33. So if you're looking to bet this game, it'll be Chicago White Sox first 5 if you like the Chicago side. Kansas City full game, I like that at +122. And I like the over here at 8.5 here at a slight -115. So my play for this game, though, is the Kansas City Royals +122. All right, our next game here will be the Milwaukee Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals. It is going to be Adrian Hauser versus Carlos Martinez, -107 for the Cardinals, -103 for the Brewers here. And this is a no value, no bet for me. Looking at this game, both these pitchers coming in, they lost their first starts. Carlos Martinez did not look great. Milwaukee's offense just hasn't looked good, though, so far this year. They're only putting up 2.86 runs per game. So maybe the under can be intriguing here if you're looking at a total. But one thing I noticed when looking at the stats here, St. Louis so far this season has put up 5.14 runs per game, which is 11th in the MLB. But their batting average is only a .202, which is 24th in the MLB. Which is telling me this team's hitting a lot of home runs. They're not getting many hits. And when they do have runners on, they're driving them home. Probably a slight lean towards St. Louis for this matchup. Slight lean towards the under in this game, though. These bullpens are average, so nothing on that front. Maybe a St. Louis first five. They have a slightly better bullpen, though, so full game is fine for them. But pass for me on this one.
For this one, I'm picking up the Milwaukee Brewers. I feel like this is a good bounce back spot for them. Hauser is a good pitcher. He didn't have a good start last time, but I believe that was against Minnesota.
Adrian Hauser, I believe so.
So I'm not really faulting him on that one. Martinez is he's past his prime. I feel like this is a good spot for the Brewers. I did have them earlier at like plus 100. They were an underdog, so I liked them even more then. I still like them now at a minus 103, and they'll be one of my 5 picks for the day.
Cool. All right, our next game here will be the Colorado Rockies taking on the San Francisco Giants. Minus 175 for the Giants, plus 161 for these Rockies. It's going to be Chichi Gonzalez going up against Logan Webb in this matchup. Chichi coming off of a winning performance in his last game against the Dodgers, I want to say. No, it was against Arizona. My bad. And looking at this game, Colorado's hitting stats, they're good. You got to keep in mind they do play at Coors Field, though, so I don't really know how to base this game. Slight value on the Colorado Rockies for me here. I have them at a plus 156, so maybe a slight lean towards Colorado. If I can get that around a plus 165, I'll probably bet the Rockies today, and probably a slight lean towards the under. San Francisco does have a good pitching staff, only 3.05 ERA so far this season as a team, and their bullpen's a little shaky though, but I like the under a little bit in this game. I like the Rockies. If I can get them at plus 165, they'll be a bet for me.
This one's a pass. I would never want to be interested in betting the Rockies, probably for most of the year this year, unless there's some crazy line that I feel like there's an advantage. But going up against a Giants team that I don't know what we're going to get from them, I don't like going and betting the Giants either. They're just, I don't feel neither of these two teams are going to be very reliable. And on a big slate like this, I'd rather just pass on this game than try to guess who's going to win the battle. It's going to be a shit show, and I'm not really too interested in really going after it. So yeah, I'm gonna pass on this one and just be more interested in some of the other games.
Maybe like this one coming up here where we have the Oakland Athletics taking on the Houston Astros. Minus 153 for the Astros, plus 141 for the Athletics. Jose Urquidy taking on Frankie Montas. Montas had just an awful outing last time, which leaves him with a 23.63 ERA right now. Which it's funny to see these really ballooned ERAs in the beginning of the season when they go like 3 innings and give up like
I saw one guy
runs.
yesterday had like a 40 ERA.
Yeah, and then looking at Urquidy, he had a decent start last time. He got no decision in his last outing, I believe, against the Athletics. But looking at this game, I like the over, and I like the Athletics or the Astros here. The Astros have been hitting really well. They're second in the league with 7.29 runs scored per game. Third in the league with a 289 team batting average. Their pitching has been good, 2.61 ERA as a team. And looking at the Athletics, worst in the league in runs scored, worst in the league in ERA, worst in the league in WHIP. This is a struggling Athletics team right now. Not someone I'm looking to back right now. So I actually bet the Astros earlier. They were a minus 150 earlier. Now they're a minus 153. So, I mean, I like the Astros. I bet them today, and I lean towards the over. I think that this Astros team, after last night, is going to put up some runs today versus this Athletics team.
Yeah, I think that I don't really put much value right now into the all the numbers from the Athletics. They've had to play the Astros and the Dodgers, so yeah, you're going to have some bad numbers when you go up against those two teams to start your season. That being said, I do like the Houston Astros today, on the run line, actually, at plus 114. It burned me yesterday, but going right back at it because I love pain. But no, in all seriousness, I do like the Houston Astros today. Their offense is probably going to step it back up. They're going to get frustrated after losing one to the A's after they beat them, 6 games in a row? 5 games in a row? Something in that nature. So they're going to come out angry, and they're probably going to put up... I'm going to say Houston could probably put up 10 runs today by themselves. So I do like the Houston Astros in this game, and I'm grabbing them on the run line.
Cool. All right. Our next game here is going to be the Chicago Cubs taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. We're getting Zach Davies versus Mitch Keller, minus 149 for the Cubs, plus 138 for these Pittsburgh Pirates. Your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts is that you skipped over the Detroit-Cleveland game.
I did. I had my mouse over it. My bad. For my paper
but
here.
we'll go back to that one in just a second. For this one, you said his name wrong. It's the GOAT Mitch Keller, but
yeah, that's right.
No, I'm kidding. This one's a pass for me. I'm never going to trust the Chicago Cubs, and I don't want to trust the Pittsburgh Pirates either today. Unless the Chicago Cubs are like a minus 120, and even then I would feel like it's a trap game. I'm just not trusting Chicago this year until they can prove otherwise, which they've been all right this year. And I'm never putting my money... I value my money too much to put it on the Pittsburgh Pirates. So this one's just going to be a pass for me, and I'll move on.
Yeah, it's a pass for me as well. This line is priced where it should be. I have this game at plus 143, minus 143. So there's no value on either side in this game. I don't trust this Pirates team at all. After winning opening day, they've dropped their last 6 games. They average 2.71 runs per game, which is 29th in the MLB. Their hitting is horrible. Their pitching is horrible. 6.83 ERA through 7 games. 6.767 bullpen ERA through 7 games. Both of those are 29th in the MLB. Just a very, very bad Pittsburgh Pirates team. It's a pass for me.
Man, who's worse than that?
Oakland.
Oh, yeah, you know what? You just said that.
Yeah, so this game is a pass for me, and no action here. It was a slight lean to the Pirates. If we can see more Cubs money and we can get the Pirates at a plus 150, plus 155-ish, I'll think about it. But this is a pass for me. Now we'll go back up to the game I skipped. We have the Detroit Tigers taking on the Cleveland Indians. Aaron Savali taking on Screwball. Minus 157 for the Indians, plus 145 for these Tigers. And looking at this game, I'm not going to have any action on it personally. These two teams have struggled so far this season. I lean probably towards the under. I like these pitchers. Aaron Savali, I think he's going to be a pretty decent pitcher for these Indians team. It says a lot that they wanted to keep around Savali, but they traded
Cookie.
They traded Carrasco. They traded Bauer away a couple years ago. They traded all these big name pitchers out of the way, and then they kept Savali. I think that says numbers about him and how the Cleveland Indians feel about this pitcher. I like the under in this game. Both these teams average 3.5 or less runs per game. So, and their bullpens are the bullpen for Cleveland's actually really good. If you like Detroit, bet them first 5. Don't bet them full game. They have one of the worst bullpens in the league, 6.53 ERA on that one. So I like the under 8.5 in this game. 9. It is 9. Under 9. I don't trust the Cleveland offense to get me any runs here. So I'm gonna pass on this one.
Yeah, this one's. I understand why you skipped over it, and it's very forgettable. These two teams are not going to be good this year. Savali is a decent pitcher, but I feel like there's some value in Detroit today, because Cleveland has just not been scoring as much lately, and it's not that they're not a good team. It's just that they don't have much offense right now. It's gonna be a pass for me, but a lean towards the Detroit Tigers in this game.
All right. All right, our next game here is the Boston Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. Minus 127 for the Red Sox, plus 117 for the Orioles. We're getting Bruce Zimmerman for the Orioles, Garrett Richards for the Boston Red Sox. Your thoughts on this one?
Well, we have Boston Red Sox who, this game is just, the whole entire series so far between Boston and Baltimore has just been we don't know which Boston team we're gonna get. We don't know which Baltimore team we're gonna get. Both these teams are gonna suck this year. It's just, I can't say that I have a side for this one. It's to the point where it's just like, no. This is a pass for me. I feel like this one could go under. These offensives have not been performing either. But no, this one's a pass for me.
Yeah, this one's a pass for me as well, looking at this game. This line is actually right on for Baltimore. I have this lined at a minus 117, plus 117. So maybe if we see some more Red Sox money and I can get the Orioles at plus 125, plus 130, you could talk me into a home dog here. So that's just something I'm looking out for there. But yeah, you can't really trust any of these teams right now. One thing that we do know is the Red Sox are putting up a little bit of runs, 5.43 runs scored so far per game this season, and their bullpens are actually, or their offense or their defenses are not as bad as we think they are. Pitching, they're 13th and 17th in the league in ERA, and their bullpens are actually 7th and 12th so far in the league. So this is actually not bad pitching stats. So maybe a lean towards the under in this game, surprisingly, between these two teams. No bet here, though, in this game. Our next one is going to be the San Diego Padres and the Texas Rangers. We're getting the Padres here at a minus 163, plus 150 for these Rangers. And it's going to be Jordan Lyles versus Chris Paddock. And one thing that I really wanted to do today, and I actually luckily bet this line before it moved to 10 cents. So I beat the line movement on this one, but I'm still totally okay here with the Texas Rangers. If I can get that out of my way. There we go. Texas Rangers plus 150. Plain simply, they were no hit last night. You think they're going to come out and be ready to play today. I really like this Texas Rangers team still to bounce back. I know they're playing one of the best teams in the San Diego Padres this year, but I think that this is a good, that was a good wake-up call last night, being no hit by Joe Musgrove of all players last night. So yeah, give me the Texas Rangers here plus 150 versus the San Diego Padres. Padres have looked good though on the pitching, and obviously the no-hitter helped with their first in the league in ERA, first in the league in WHIP, and first in the league in bullpen ERA. Something to keep in mind there. But your thoughts on this one, Tim?
I was trying to pull up like a crazy stat on teams that got no hit the day before, how their record was. I can't find anything. If anybody has that number, if you want to leave that in the comments, that would be awesome. We'll shout you out or something. If anybody can find records of teams after no hitters and perfect games. But this one, it's a pass for me. I know, I understand Nick's logic on betting Texas after they got no hit. I just can't back a team that got no hit. And Padres have just been looking really good lately. I could say that yesterday's game caused me to lose picks and parlays, total chaos, because I had the over in that game, and little do we know that freaking Musgrove was going to throw in a hitter. But I don't know. It's just, this one's a pass for me. I'm not really too interested in going after this game. I think the line is where it's supposed to be, so not interested.
All right, we're heading to 3 games left now. The Toronto Blue Jays take on the LA Angels. Minus 121 for the Jays, plus 111 for the Angels. Steven Matz goes for the Toronto Blue Jays. It'll be Jose Quintana for the LA Angels. And your thoughts on this game?
I grabbed the Angels on this one, plus 111. I feel like I don't feel like the Blue Jays should be favorites at all in this series. I feel like the Angels are just way better of a team of a team. They proved it yesterday when they won 7-1, and I think they'll prove it again tonight. Plus 111 is a really nice price for it, and I just like the Angels tonight.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's no action. I would lean towards the Toronto Blue Jays. I can see why they're favorites in this matchup. Steven Matz looked as good as he's ever looked in his last appearance, where he went. It was 6 1/3, 1 run on 2 hits, 9 strikeouts. He looked dominant. Granted, it was against the Texas Rangers, but the Steven Matz performance last game made Mets fans look and say, where was this the last few years? But yeah, I would definitely lean towards Steven Matz and the Toronto Blue Jays in this match. My line is 117, so no value on either side for this game for me. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a stay off. So passing on this game. And we're heading to our second to last game now. Second to last game. We don't have any. We don't have a line for Washington, LA, so we can't really break that one down.
So hold on. We have no line for, or do we just have no pitcher for the?
We have pitchers.
We just don't have a line for it?
Yes.
Okay, when a line comes out for it, stay tuned on our Twitter. We'll let you guys know what's going on. Normally, whenever there's no line, it means that there's either a pitcher not available, which is not true, or last time we saw this was with the Mets and the Mets and Nationals opening day, and the game ended up getting taken off the slate. So just follow our Twitter. We'll let you guys know what's going on. Link to that's in the description below. Shameless plug. Okay.
All right, and our second to last game here is the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. Ian Anderson going for the Braves, and Zach Eflin going for these Phillies. Minus 136 for the Braves, plus 126 for the Phils. And looking at this game, Zach Eflin looked really good in his last start. He went 7 innings pitched, only allowed 1 run on 4 hits, struck out 8 batters, only walked 1. And this is a Zach Eflin that the Philadelphia Phillies are going to need if they want to make a playoff run this year. And on the other side, Ian Anderson is no slouch either. I really like him. I feel like he's going to have a breakout year. Last year was kind of his awakening, and this year is going to be where he shows off what he really got. For me, this is going to be a pass, slightly leaning towards the Atlanta Braves. Just this line's a little bit wide for me. So, I mean, the Braves have looked meh this year anyway. 3.57 runs scored per game. Their batting average is 27th in the league at 154. Their pitching's been good, 3.02 ERA and 1.99 bullpen ERA, which is second best in the MLB. So if you're looking to bet Philadelphia, first 5, I think, for Philadelphia in this game to take Zach Eflin over Ian Anderson, get a nice plus price tag. But this is going to be a pass for me.
I'm grabbing the Phillies. They're coming off a 8-1 loss. They're going to come out frustrated. And I just think that that'll create a lot of runs. Ian Anderson can get easily beat up and taken out of the game early. And I think that Eflin's going to be an up-and-comer. He's going to really have a good year this year, and it could even help the Philadelphia Phillies trying to make a playoff push. I know that sounds freaking crazy, but I'm going to be back in the Philadelphia Phillies, especially at a plus money tag. I feel like their offense will come back today. Bryce Harper always has a big bat, so anything can happen there. I'm grabbing the Philadelphia Phillies today.
All right. And we head to our last game of the video. Here we have the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Minus 125 for these Reds, plus 115 for the Diamondbacks. We're getting Jeff Hoffman versus Riley Smith in this game. Your thoughts on this one?
Yesterday was a little bit of a scare for the Reds game. I want to go back to them. I didn't have this one written down originally, but we'll add it as we do our closeout screen. I'm going after the Reds minus 125. I believe it was a minus 135 when we started or something. That's why I didn't really want to go after it. But minus 125, I'm all right with that. I feel like this Reds team is going to come out and win again. The Dodgers. Diamondbacks are not a strong team, so I do think that it could really benefit. And I do like the Cincinnati Reds today against the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, and one thing I was looking at is this Cincinnati team is off to a really good start. They're averaging 9 runs scored per game. They have a 310 batting average as a team. If you were to bet the Cincinnati Reds here in this spot, I think the first 5 would be the way to go. They have a slightly worse bullpen than Arizona this year. As we saw yesterday, they almost blew the lead, or they blew a 5-run lead. So my pick is actually Arizona in this game, though. Plus 115. I have this game lined as Arizona as a minus 104 favorite, a slight favorite here, because I just give them a 51 to 49% chance to win. That's what my numbers came out to be, and I lean towards the over in this match. This Arizona team does have a really good bullpen, 3.24 ERA. Just the bats can't get it going right now. They're only averaging 3.75 runs per game, and some of those games were in Coors Field, a 202 batting average. So this Arizona offense is struggling right now. I'm hoping we can get a few runs out of them, and they can get a win versus the Cincinnati Reds tonight. I'm taking them plus 115. And then quick look at our last game here. We don't know what the lines are. I just want to give out the pitchers. It'll be Julio Arias for the LA Dodgers, and it'll be Patrick Corbin for these.
Does that say Washington. O next to Corbin's name?
Yeah, that's because he was part of the COVID. He was cleared from COVID.
Okay. That's probably why there's no line on it yet.
Yep, so follow our Twitter if you want to know where we're going for that game. But obviously it's a pass right now. But quick recap of our plays for today. I'm taking Kansas City. It's now a plus 116. I'm okay with Kansas City all the way down to a plus 112. I'm going with, I have the Texas Rangers plus 151 here. And then we're going with the Arizona Diamondbacks at plus 115.
I got the Chicago White Sox run line. I got the Milwaukee Brewers. Got the Houston Astros run line. Got the Angels plus 111. And I'm taking Philadelphia and Cincinnati as well today.
Alrighty. And we're going to add that
Reds
the
minus
Cincinnati,
125. Yeah.
that Cincinnati play in for you there. Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. Minus 125. All right. Well, that's going to just about do it for this video. If this information was helpful to you guys at all, feel free to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with a video here at Real Sports Bets. But that's going to just about do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching.
Leave your best plays in the comment section below. Join the contest. It's free. All you have to do is comment and be subscribed to the channel and follow our Instagram and Twitter. That's not much.
Yeah.
Or at least one of them, because I know some people don't use certain platforms. So,
yep. But that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe as always. Let's make some money. Let's cash some bets in the MLB tonight. And I'll catch you guys.